Hello everyone! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi. I'm ready to finish episode 9, but first I'm gonna start off with Bagpipe's record. Dangerous road. It's her way, and she will go as one do. So boop. "11:41 p.m. Overcast. Lungmen District 7, City Gateway." That sounds like a car. "Inspector Hoshiguma, you're finally here." "Hey, you sent me a message to get out here right when I was taking my shoes off, kid. Had to scramble across half of Lungmen in the dead of night. So, what's with your perp?" "Ahem, we apprehended her. She's in a holding cell for now." Hello? "So you got her? How many did it take?" It was just me and another guy on duty." "You said she's a Victorian soldier, packing a pretty intimidating weapon too." "Wait a second. Does that mean Horn yeeted Bagpipe all the way here? That's how far she was yeeted, huh? Sheesh." "I don't get it either. Before me and Ping even got close, she just dropped her weapon, stuck her hands way up, and started yelling right here, like she was worried we couldn't even see her." "Inspector, I've been on this gateway for a couple years now. I've never seen someone try to cross in like this." "No worries. I'll go see what her deal is." "Oh, right. You said in the message she was yelling something too?" "She's out there trying to speak Mandarinese, and not too well at that. But it sounded like she was saying, Chen? Chen? Ooh, hello? Okay, she traveled here. That makes more sense, because I thought that she got yeeted this far. I'm like, what the heck? That is terrifying." "I might have just heard it wrong." Huh. Alright, I'm up to speed." "Ah, that's bright. Oh, did someone finally come?" "Ooh, this is her prison cell, huh? She has I think it's a toilet, a sink, a bed. She has toilet paper. Does she have soap? Is that a soap dispenser? I hope that is." "Yeah, I've got a few questions to ask." "Is this an interrogation?" "Counts as one, I guess." It was always me doing the interrogating before. Suddenly the tables are all turned. Honestly, it's a new feeling to me." "So you handed in your weapon all nicely. Didn't want to run?" Ought to be a fair deal simple getting out of here, really. Even without the fort cracker." "No, not that I mean to. Clean forgot you're interrogating me. I've got no thoughts on running at all. I kept here voluntarily." "Why?" "Hard to meet anyone who likes squatting in prisons." "I mean, I don't really want to be shut up. Just, I heard if I barge my way in the gates, police come and arrest me. They're called the LGD in Lungmen, right? I was looking for someone, so the quickest method possible." "Find who exactly?" Chen. I mean, Chen. She's in the LGD, right? I think she's already a superintendent." Ugh, what a shame. I thought she'd come over herself when she got the news, see? "What relationship do you and the supposed Superintendent Jian have?" "We're best friends. We were classmates. Back when she was at school in Victoria. Yeah, best friends. She's saying to one of Chan's other besties. Which school? The Royal Guard Academy. In that case, you're an officer? I was before I left. A retired Victorian officer, in uniform, gate-crashing a border city of another nation with a standard weapon to boot. Minus the bit where it fires shells. That part's removed. But with that chambering system retained, it still has massive blast force, am I right? Going by the rulebook, I really should have handed it in to the brass. Which is to say, you didn't have an ordinary retirement? Well, that question came fast. If I knew this day was coming, I would have tried a little harder back in interrogation theory. Are you that keen on covering up the details of your retirement? Miss, if you're a deserter, then I should be on the phone already. No, please don't call anyone. I really am out of the force, I can promise you that. I'll try and explain, but there's just some info I'm not at liberty to reveal here. Go for it then. Alright, here's the thing. 3 months ago, I was still in the army, and our team was tracking this case. During our investigation, I can't say anything, but because of this case, out of our team, the only one presently still alive... No, still able to freely operate is me now. I'm sorry. It must be rough to remember. Thank you for understanding. That said, I'm not clear on something. You almost gave your life, so shouldn't the old Victorian Army fogies have been covering you in medals? You mean getting decorated? Forget it. The investigation's not complete. That never even crossed my mind. But at the very least, I thought they could send a few more hands to help me stay on the trail. And they didn't? Really floors you, doesn't it? Officer, I make less sense of it than you do. I started out searching for all kinds. Started from County Peninsula's barracks, and all of them were tripping to placate me, having me wait for orders from above, pledging I'd have more hands ASAP. And I heeded that. In the end, I realized I was just wasting more and more time, and the investigation was dead in its tracks for it. So, I decided to circumvent the place's barracks, and get straight in touch with Londinium. Wasn't too easy doing it, but luckily, I had already built up a little experience in how to deal with barracks, and you'll always run into good people on the way forward. Finally, I made it in one piece to the closest camp to Londinium, and there, I made my decision to retire. Because they still didn't help you? 2 plus 2 to the power of 2? So 2 plus 2 to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 2 would be 4. Plus 2 would be 6 in total. Unless my brain's not working, I am tired, so if it's not working, then my bad. Because they still didn't help you. Commanders, counts, the Grand Dukes, they probably had other concerns. They told me so, at least. And there I was swallowing it all, right until the day I accidentally overheard a lieutenant colonel with some other officer I didn't recognize discussing what to do with me. I never thought 37 whole days past the event, and I wasn't sitting waiting for any reinforcements, only in order to transfer. This can't have been easy for you. I feel a right mess inside. Is it hurt? Or disappointment? Or anger? I can't even say. When I learned, my brain just went pure white. Only thought I could keep only thought I could keep was I was glad I left my spear in the training room and didn't have it to hand. Otherwise, you would have done something. Wouldn't have really. Probably. After all, I've always remembered my own duty. And just the same, as a Victorian serviceman, I had to obey orders. But in that moment, I realized I couldn't do it. Armies don't much care for insubordination. Eh? And with that, I settled on it pretty quickly. I leave the army myself before they decided where I ought to go. Did they agree to let you go? Retirement procedures went smooth enough. Leader in Chenchin used to complain how stubborn I was. Of course, a lieutenant colonel and his lot couldn't do a thing to stop it. But when I was at the camp to hand my weapons back in, I got ambushed. A surprise attack? From who? The one you were after? It's very likely. I've gone over it in my head. Why would they choose to act at the barracks when they clearly didn't care for a whole month about me? Maybe the enemy sneaked their way into the army admin in the end? Or maybe just from the start. None of it matters anymore. I fought a few off, but they had masses of people, couldn't help but pick up my spear and hurry on my way out. And then, that's how you fled Victoria? Fled's not wrong. It's been real rough and tumble coming all this way. I know how tall an order it is to deal with those bunch. Didn't dare go home naturally. Didn't want the ghosts getting my mom and them caught up too. Going back to the army's even more out of the question. Can I just be hassling the police if I went to them? Keep wavering, thinking for an answer. You could only turn to classmates. That's right. Chenchin promised, if anything happened to me, I could go find her. Ha, ha. Officer, what are you laughing at? It's nothing. So you came to Lungmen. That's where she is for certain. I haven't gotten it wrong, have I? Her New Year message last year came from this place and all. Let's keep talking about why you broke past our gateway. No matter if you got people hunting you down, you're a Victorian citizen anyway. You're not telling me you can't even buy a ticket somewhere? I honestly can't. Huh? Professional Victorian servicemen take home less than Lungmen street stalls? That's not it. I, lost my wallet and passport, both in Lithuanian. You might be my kind of girl, huh? So Hoshiguma's into the forgetful type, or the type that loses things? Clumsy type? They got blown to nothing, not even cinders left. You're definitely my kind of girl. Oh, okay. Not just the wallet. I was a hair from being sent flying too. I'd only just left Victoria at that point, rubbed shoulders with a caravan car crossing Lithuanian. Hadn't been in the country for 2 days when the car passed this wee city. The local viscount was a fair deal happy to welcome us, and even set us up in the nicest inn and all. When it came evening, the others went to this meal, and I stayed by myself in this whole luxury suite they gave me. Waiter gave me a supper meal, totally complimentary. I had a few bites. Always felt Lithuanian food was too refined for me. Never much suited my palate. Just wanted to go outside and find a farmer's market to saunter about for a while. Didn't think as soon as I was downstairs there'd be a boom, and the window frame from my room go crunch right in front of me. Completely mangled up too. That's an intense explosion for sure. It was. Even I might have lost my life if I got blown out of a window 10 floors up, you know? Only might have? It's serious, look, I swear. Honestly, didn't expect it to be So, didn't expect to be so in for it, even in Lathanian. Your mind and body both seem much sturdier than your poor window frame. Eh? Thanks for the praise? Come to mention it, do you know who tried to blow you up? No idea. I'd only been with the caravan for a few days, pitching in my strength. Shouldn't have made any enemies, right? Actually, I'm not that worried about getting an answer to that question. Ever since I started investigating this case, the riddles have piled up, and there's been no moment of clarity at any point. Gotten used to it already. So, by coming to Lungmen, you were hoping to lean on your friend? Oh, I'm not looking for others to protect me, no. I just wanted to ask Chen Chen if she'd be willing to help me. Oh? You still want to go back to Victoria to finish the job? Even with so many people out for you? Right you are. Not a single hint of hesitation either. It's been a few months for me going from Victoria to Lungmen. Suppose I had even the slightest hesitation, I couldn't have gone this way. I promised I'd get the truth of it all for all to see. If I don't know where the truth is, I'll go looking. If the enemy don't want me talking, then I swear I'll talk. I left Victoria without looking back. But if I'm all ready to return one day, then I will not waver one step. You're not scared? I am. Right, I believe you. Eh? Warriors who keep saying that they're not scared of dying are either bluffing or they haven't gotten it yet. I think you've made the preparations you need to, and I believe you aren't lying. So in that case, can you help me get in touch with Superintendent Chen? Here. There's a few cha siu bao in this bag. They're pretty much cooled. If you can put up with that, they're edible. I'm guessing you're starved after running all this way through the wasteland? Even a voiver as intrepid as you's gotta have her meal times. So tasty. Wait, is this part of the interrogation too? Part of it? It ended a while ago. I was thinking you'd ask me some about me and Chen Chen's past. Check if I was lying or not. No need. What I needed to know, I long since knew. You mean? Wait. It just came to me. I know you too. You're the LGD's Hoshi... You'd be better off not calling me that, especially not in front of them. How about this, bagpipe? We'll stick to code, and you stay in this room just a little longer. I'll step out for a moment to see someone. Ah yes, Hoshi. Finished grillin'? Why not going yourself, curious as you are? Is there anything worth the curiosity? Rhodes Island's people are all on their way. She can't stay here for long. If I've kept track of the time right, they should be here now. Humph. That pook guy Lung. Who knows where she's frolicking about right now, while we're left working overtime. If Qian heard her old classmate walked a million miles looking for her, she'd be at least a little ruffled. She won't say it, but she's always been loyal to her friends, Missy, and you know that. What do her friends matter to me? And you absolutely sent a message to Rhodes Island the moment you got the tip-off. Why the effort to interrogate her too? Do you love it, playing the bad cop? Best to go through proper procedures. What, with all the kids on the force watching? Besides, don't you want to do a little finding out? See what new dangers old Qian might get into? No, thank you. Ugh, I'm so done with this. Once Rhodes Island picks her up from in there, you're giving me a clear, thorough report. No slacking! Aw, she's being tsundere. She does want to know about Tien's friend. Haha. Alright. Look, here's the Rhodes Island operator to lead her way. Eh? What? So Chen Chen's actually left the LGD already? You're telling me I need to go somewhere else now? What's that company called? Rhodes Island? Yes, welcome to the team, Bagpipe. I shall adopt you. And that's how Bagpipe entered my Rhodes Island. To find her bestie, Chen Chen. And look, she's even here with Hoshi Hoshi, and the one she did not meet, aka Swire, who's hiding somewhere. She be hiding? Yeah, she's just shy, look at her. Hiding in the back like that is one do when you're Swire. Okaeri, Doctor. So now time to finish episode 9. Boop. Yes, Stormwatch, the approaching storm. We sail for the storm. Please, no more storms. No more storms, no more power outages, no more cutting off the internet. Hello, Misery, you look pretty cool. Leave it to me. You've traveled far to bring her home. I will take care of the rest personally. Ashes, and her personal effects. There hasn't been an emergency transmission to Rhodes Island's deck for 11 months and 27 days since the end of the Chernobog incident. Who's the victim? Outcast. Right. I see you holding her revolver cylinder. I don't want to admit it, but I already knew the answer. I figured it out on our way here. I made a bet with her once, and it looks like she won. Kelsey, I won't be at that next meeting. Per protocol, you're in charge of an elite operator's funeral. But I want to be the one to send her off this time. I doubt anyone will object. Definitely not her. Since the meeting's cancelled, I'll give you my final decision right now. I know what you're going to say. Then I'm sure you know why. You know what everyone else will say. The situation has changed. No one's happy about it, but we all know this is the only choice we have. We have to enter Londinium as soon as we can. I'm sure you know that my position has always been the same. But regardless of whether the rest of you support my decision or not, I must emphasize that Rhodes Island's direction will not be set on the airing of personal feelings. You're telling me to forget about avenging Outcast? Will I be trying Blue Protocol thingy? What's that? What is that anyways? The only blue thingy that I've been playing is Blue Archive. Which hurts because the current banners are not being nice right now. I just gotta save up for the next one at this point. So sad, so very sad. Mr. Misery looks cool. Like, he looks super cool. I especially like his scarf. Don't worry, I'm angry and hurt, but I know my job. It's just, I need to see for myself what it was that killed Outcast. It couldn't have been just one person, or even several of them. Suppose we don't go looking for the truth. The darkness shrouding Londinium, and even all of Victoria, is only going to get worse. And at that point, it won't just be Outcast. I'll die. We all will. No one will be safe. Just like you said, Rhodes Island isn't about avenging the dead. But I am sure we all want to let the living live. Ooh, it's a cafeteria. Where am I now? Did I make another wrong turn? Oh, whoops. It's almost time. I have to hurry. Uncle Oliver never told me how big the ship was. Huh? Are you... Wait, please. Hold on. You... Why doesn't she seem to know me at all? No, it couldn't be anyone else. I've been meaning to find out what happened to her ever since I came to the ship. But they either didn't know or wouldn't tell me. Maybe it's for the best, for her own safety. Hello? Are you reading? The Legend of Ivanhoe. I've read it too. It's one of my favorites. Don't you think this part of Victorian history makes for a really fun read? Is it fun? I suppose. But it's not real. It's a novel. That's all. Right. I suppose that is true. Do you want to read something else too? I have lots of books. Oh, no, sorry. It slipped my mind. I didn't bring any of them with me. If you like this one, you can have it. Huh? Are you sure? Thanks. I'll be going now. Oh, okay. Bye. Will we see each other again? She has another book on her. A poetry collection? Demas Williams. The name rings a bell, and I think I've seen that cover before. Man, I felt bad for Mr. Williams at that party. Gosh darn it. Hello, what story is this? Episode 9 of Arknights. This must be the place. Identification code? What is that? Is it in the new operator guide? I don't want to be late. I'll just knock. Come in. Good afternoon, Miss Willow. Or should I call you Operator Selich? Oh, Miss Amiya. Please, just Amiya. That's what everyone calls me here. I'm sorry about this, Amiya. You're so busy. I shouldn't have you cut into your work to come see me. When I did my physical the other day, I heard you only got about 5 hours off a day. Volunix, I was so worried about my health. Don't worry though. I'm in excellent shape. And I've actually wanted to see you again for some time. So this used to be Outcast's office? Yes, but she didn't get a lot of use out of it. We only just convinced her to accept a title change 2 months before the incident. She told me she was essentially half retired before she came to County Hillock. But she still insisted on taking the mission. I often think back to everything she told me in those few days. I think she had probably made up her mind already to take on everything. That's just like her. All our elite operators are pretty eccentric, but Outcast's particularly special. She makes the kinds of difficult decisions that others would have a hard time with. Right, she told me. She gave up a really high position in the church because she failed to mediate peace in a war. I know she left the church, but a failed mediation? I don't remember seeing that in her file. Actually, that sounds more like something that happened to Misery. Huh? I don't know why, but taking someone else's story sounds like something she'd do. Wow. So she used Misery's backstory. As one do. This may be why some people found Outcast a little insincere. No, even if you tell me not everything she said was the truth, she's still the most sincere person I've ever met. You really think so? I'm not too surprised. Outcast always had an eye for people. I know your time is precious, but would you mind telling me more about her? I don't mind at all. This is going to take some time, though. As long as you have time, I'll always be willing to listen. Okay, I think we'll have lots of time on our way to Londinium. Several months later. Dang, we went through several months of stories about Outcast, huh? Are you done fixing that yet? Oh, keep your head on. What's the rush? This town's so far from anywhere. It's tough to find a replacement circuit for our comms. Let me do it. Any equipment you touch always goes up in smoke. That's never changed. I mean, it's been forever since the last time this safe house was used. I should never have listened to you and taken this route. We've been drifting all over the place for the last few months. And we spent half of that time in the middle of nowhere, eating sand. It's only been a few years. How come my Chen-Chen's so much anger in the eyes there? Stop mumbling. I can hear every word. You've got the loudest whisper. What's the rush, he says? Why aren't you in a rush? You know how long we've been out here. Forget the Spectre Force. We haven't found anything that even resembles a clue. If I ran into a situation like this back when I was a cop in Lungmen, I would have told you to give up. No hostage would last this long. No. I know the captain's still alive. And likewise, she knows I'm doing everything I can to save her, and I know she's looking for a way to regroup with me. Fine, whatever. There's no helping you now. There's no helping you. If I could talk you out of anything, you wouldn't have been dragging me all over the place. Just goes to show how sweet you are on me, Chen-Chen. Enough. I understand persistence. All those years, back when I had my heart set on finding her, you always supported me. Anyway, let's not talk about this right now. The point is, you heard it yourself. The County Hillock incident's a military drill gone wrong. That's what they told the public. Everyone who's hurt or sick will receive compensation and be resettled. According to government documents anyway. If Dublin or the Special Force had taken over County Hillock when you left, then they've long since left the place without a trace. That's not going to change, even if we go back to see it for ourselves. I agree. But I still remember everything I saw there, no matter how peaceful their things might have seemed. County Hillock and the cities around it have gone through a great change. Besides, isn't it all the more scary when you think about how those changes are so well hidden in plain sight? If the enemy chose to lay low after they made such a huge ruckus, that just says they're brewing an even bigger scheme. Victoria might be looking at a crisis way bigger than the Hillock situation. I believe you. That's why I'm here. But I'm not sure there are many more out there who do. That's why we need to work hard together. Then I guess we need to figure out a way into the big cities. Do you remember Hughes? The round one who tripped and bumped his head just about anywhere in training? He's the vice chairman of Traders Mill City's Business Alliance. If any of our classmates caught wind of anything on the down low, it's him. Actually, before you even brought it up, I've been thinking of asking Hughes to help. No, not just Hughes. I wanted to try Big Green, Ginger Bill, and all the rest. I've tried finding them myself. It was plenty tough though. I am curious about Big Green. Who's the Big Green? But now, I've got you here. Plus the supplies and intel support that Rhodes Island so generously provides. So I'm pumped up on hope. Let me warn you first. I have no idea how easily they'll be convinced, huh? Bloody son of a... Why'd you yank me that hard? Chen Chen, the transmitter's on. An emergency message from Rhodes Island? They've got our location before the transmitter broke, right? Could they have been trying to reach me? What's the matter? You look like that message socked you straight in the gut. Oh, I think I get it. Is it about her? Sure enough. I need some time to think about what's to come. Jessica, how's the mission going? I'm on the road already. Don't let your guard down. Man, Jessica looks extra cute here for some reason. Relax, Liscarm. I may not have been back to Victoria much, but we have entry permissions for our aircraft. The navigation system is working fine too. Our mission to escort the expats back to Colombia isn't difficult in itself, but the situation could change at any moment. I was actually pretty surprised when we got their message though. The journey's been pretty much smooth sailing so far, but have things really gotten so bad? Phew, sorry. I couldn't really show it when the captain and the rest of the team was there, but I'm actually rather nervous about this. Your captain's not there? Oh no, she left with a few others not long after we got to Victoria. I guess they might have another mission? There's obviously a reason that the expat evacuation was assigned to the Department of Equipment and Applied Technologies. Is there an obvious reason? It's not necessarily a bad thing that you haven't noticed. Do you mean they're still having discussions with others? But the Victorian government hasn't given us any orders. Per the confidentiality agreement, I shouldn't be speculating or commenting on the other department's information. Forget what I said. Focus on your mission and let me know if anything comes up. Remember, although this mission is Black Steel's, our agreement with Rhodes Island still stands. Alright, I got it. Once Rhodes Island's squads makes it to the outskirts of Londinium, I will rendezvous with them as needed. Back on the ship. We're getting close. Tina, are you nervous? We've waited so long for this day. Are you nervous? A few months ago, Dr. Kelsey asked me if I was ready. And I told her I didn't know. And I still don't know even now. So I can't say for sure that I'm not nervous. I can't help but wonder, if someone's gone for too long from where they belonged before, do they still really have a place to go home? When I woke up, I didn't even know how long it'd been since I left. Me and everyone welcomed me. Yeah. That's how I felt, so I think you're fine. I heard about those days. You just awakened, and right away, you had to take command and go through everything that happened at Chernobog. Most people couldn't have handled things as well as you did. Rhodes Island needs you. All of us operators need you as well. There's no doubt about it. I'm sure someone is waiting for you in Londinium too. The Glasgow gang must have a new leader by now. They could never have set roots down in Londinium without one. As for the others, I doubt my absence has left Londinium wanting. If you want the answer, we must keep going. You told me before, you wanted to go to Londinium to find the truth. Are we all bound for there together? It really does lighten me up, knowing I won't take this journey alone. I hope the answer that lies ahead won't be one too ugly. But whatever it is, I will do my best to shape it into something half-decent with my hammer. I believe in you. Now I see darkness. Oh, now it's bright again.
Have they arrived?
Not gonna lie, Mr. Regent looks cool.
Soon, Your Majesty. The Noxerer King and the Vampire's Prince of Blood will arrive in Londinium in 3 days.
Vampire's Prince of Blood, that is so edgy. That is the edgiest title.
With the court reassembled, the Sarkas have not been so close to reunification since before the Civil War. We mustn't let any other factions get in the way. Speaking of other factions, Your Majesty, the envoy from County Hillock is still in Londinium. We've already reached a conclusion on that. It's just as you said, Your Majesty. They don't truly wish to form an alliance. Had they such a motive, they wouldn't send a lunatic of a servant in their place as they hide a hole behind the curtain. There is no chance she lays hands on what she wants, but that is not why she left. The force she brought with her has been involved in multiple skirmishes with noble remnants and the local residents in Londinium's outskirts. They're probing the situation in Londinium, as well as evaluating our strength. Yes, Your Majesty. If we appear weak, the powers behind her will step onto the stage sooner. Yet, if we take a strong approach, she will lose her value as a pawn and face a hasty disposal. All those who would wield the blade, that is the Sarkas, will find themselves slain by that very blade. She is not even in the same class as Tallulah. They may come from similar bloodlines, but Dublin's leader and Tallulah are nothing alike. Compared to Reunion, the troubles that Dublin stirs in the south have more than proven their strength, and it proves that they are either ready to, or are preparing to rip Victoria apart. If one seeks to kick a man when he's down, one will only appear at the climax of the chaos. At this stage, so long as the objective before us has nothing to do with the Sarkas, no matter what they are scheming outside, they are unworthy of my attention. But I will not allow any more chaos in Londinium. Have Manfred do something about this. Dealing with the nobles is far too simple a task for him. He needs growth, and he needs it fast. Manfred has always known how you feel. He's made the preparations. Still not enough. Any movement from Rhodes Island? For the past few months, their usual so-called commercial activities have proceeded apace. Ever since their landships sailed off from Kashmirish late last year, they've come close to Victoria several times. Since then, they've scarcely left our watchful eyes, and never for long. As soon as they near Londinium. No. As soon as the few of them enter Victoria, report to me at once. Or perhaps, you may report to her directly. Of course, Your Majesty. The King of Sarkaz knows how to reclaim her promised crown.
Episode 9, Stormwatch, end. Yo, I did it! Cool. And now there's more. Relit. Never did the fire of the tundra die out. Boop. 9:33 a.m. Foggy. Oh, we're back in this room. Nameless Barrenlands, inside Rhodes Island. Good morning, Closure. Here's your breakfast. Oh, thanks. There's no moat or anything, right? Probably not, I guess. We've been stuck in here for days thanks to this shitty weather. Who knows how bad this will throw off our schedule? This flavor. I mean, a catastrophe causes thick fog. It's not going to be good if we end up coming head to head with an aftershock. Oh man, they had really bad weather here too. Oof. Should I turn the environmental Originium monitoring report for last night right now? Where's Kelsey? Is she still in the operating theater? Yes, she's been in there since last night. Don't worry about it right now then. Thank you. Can I help you with anything else? Let's see. Wanna finish this health food for me? I mean it, this stuff's got a real funny taste. Ah, is this Hibiscus's cooking? Eh? You want me to eat all that? Calm down, just kidding. Huh? What's the matter? New mail? Out in the wasteland? Is there a town or a messenger outpost close by? No, if there was, we would have been in contact with them a couple days ago. That's weird. Let's see. The senders... Dijkistra... What? Dijkistra? I thought he was in Colombia. To Closure. Dear Closure, it's been a while. How's things? Going well? The last time we worked together was back in summer, right? I was really shocked when Grace got in touch with me and told me about your plan. Screwing around with Kashmirish corporate networks isn't exactly small potatoes. I gotta hand it to you though. That's exactly your style. Either way, it was a good time, second only to that hit we did in Colombia once. It was perfect. What a letter. This isn't small potatoes. Acute lesions successfully removed. Keep the infusion going. Okay. Wound is clean. Hold on. Confirm the patient's vitals. Okay. Doctor, the patient's heart rate is abnormal. Body temperature is dropping. Calm down. Adjust transmural pressure. I need an injection intervention right now. Prepare to stop the bleeding. Okay. Ooh, surgery. But you know, it doesn't matter how many banks we hack, how many millionaires we screw with. Even if we manage to take control of half the city's drones, put a stop to all machines and scare the coward shitless. It's all just fleeting, and anything fleeting might as well be pointless. Before I forget, Closure,
There's something I need to tell you. There was this one time I mentioned a friend of mine who's got erypathy. Do you remember?
Friend? Friend? Hey everyone. It's time to change shift.
Blaze.
Did something happen?
Nope. Well, given this visibility, the surveillance equipment's about the only thing we can trust. I doubt even the sniper operators on lookout can see anything in this weather.
You're right. All this fog is a major buzzkill. Stormeye wouldn't have had much trouble with this fog. If only he had left just 2 weeks later. Too bad. It's been a few days since we stopped though. If anything's gonna happen, it should already have happened by now. You guys should head back and get some rest.
Yeah, sure.
And now darkness.
The man was as healthy as could be. He had a decent education and a decent job. He was married, though no kids.
And good night to you.
He didn't even know how he caught erypathy. He just showed up to work one morning to find a posting on the company notice board about his infection. Everyone started looking at him different. To tell the truth, I was too lazy to look into it all that much. Someone was either jealous or they were trying to set him up. Some kind of infighting. Anyway, after that, his life was ruined. He lost his job and his wife left him. How can you blame him though? We all know erypathy is infectious. I just met him by chance, and I decided to help him on a whim too. Making a few quick changes to a database here or there isn't much for people like us, you know? A few keystrokes and we change a man's fate. Almost magical, huh? So that's what I figured. I thought it was unfair, so I did that for him. I thought I was helping him. But things didn't unfold quite like I expected. He didn't go back to the life he once had. I met the guy again in the Barrenlands outside of Columbia. He had joined an infected organization. He told me his comrades in Ursus needed his help, and that's why he went there.
An infected organization? So this guy got caught up with the infected too?
Closure, take a guess at what I'm trying to tell you with this story. Eyes. They went to great lengths to find me, but I still didn't know the slightest thing about the infected. They were travel-worn, their equipment was outdated, and most of them were malnourished. But their eyes were full of light. Closure, it took us a long time to find this ray of light. A very, very long time. Anger, unwillingness, the readiness to make sacrifices for a belief, the mind to give your life for a certain cause. Same as you and your buddies over there. We want to change something. We know what's wrong.
That's why I decided to help them. Columbia, Kashmirish, and the Sarkat's homeland you told me all about. That's what we've always been doing. Always even. Now. That's it? Is that supposed to be it? Hold on. What do you mean now? Well, what just happened? The tremor came from below. It was huge too. An explosion? No, not our ship. What's going on? We told everyone ahead of time how difficult this surgery was going to be. We told them we needed absolute silence. This is the operating theater. What? The security store's been... what? All the bulkheads are locked? That's...
Stay calm. Contact all the operators we can. Tell them to head to the confinement immediately. Also, Tell Blaze that she may damage the ship's facilities as necessary. Right. Everyone else, continue the operation. We'll leave what's going on outside to the other operators. There is nothing more important than the patient's life in the operating room. Don't get distracted. I'm truly sorry. I'll get ready right away. Oh man, I feel bad for the person getting operated on right now. An operation during... This is oof. I thought this would have been more difficult. But this must be our first formal meeting, leader of Reunion. Hello, hello? You are... Reunion. You don't seem very surprised. I simply know better than anyone that the fires of infected fury cannot be extinguished so easily. Aw, are they breaking Tallulah out? It's just... It's been a while, leader. It's you. Don't remember me? Huh. Of course you don't. I was just a nameless pawn, someone lucky enough to avoid letting you kill me back in Chernobog. But you, Tallulah, our leader, I will never forget your damned face. You joined us when our team passed through the village that was destroyed by the taxman. Your name is... Valia. You remember my name, huh? So what about... Leontiev, Dennis, and Arseny? Do you remember them? Do you know what happened to them? I'm here because I want to ask you myself. Why did you do what you did? Who gave you the right? How could you betray us? Let go of her collar. Now's not the time. We need to leave this place first. Humph. You heard him. Leader of the infected. We all want answers. Many of us have suffered waiting for this chance. The chance to get them from you. Don't forget, those who most deserve to judge you, to hear out your defense, and to determine your fate are the infected who rose and died for you. Tallulah, you need to come with us. Closure, are you okay? What was that just now? What kind of sick joke is this? Closure? You've gotta be kidding me. He's definitely somewhere close by. He paralyzed Rhodes Island systems. The surveillance and observation systems. Not bad. I got a transmission from logistics. Some of the operators have been ambushed by Reunion. No way! Reunion? No, hurry. Tell Amir right now. They might be here for Tallulah. I'll get the systems back up. We need to act fast. Yes, ma'am. Why am I getting a message now, of all times? Arg! My control screen's locked? Good morning. Good morning. Hard at work fixing your system, Closure. You're kinda mad right now, aren't you? Oh, I should probably mention this video is pre-recorded. You don't have to waste time tracing me. Oh, also, I went through the trouble of keeping your medical department system modules separate when I did all the prep work overnight. Spares the innocent, you know? I'm a very stand-up guy, aren't I? Bitch Kuristra. Sorry about this, Closure. I know it's pretty unchill to nail you with this hookup you so graciously gave me, but still. I'll do it again. I'd do it again, you know me. No regrets. When you gave me this prototype back then, you said it was, at the time, the best option for taking down Colombian network programs. You called it your trump card. And doing my wet work for the past couple of days, I realized you weren't lying. Rhode Island's security system works very similar to the logic you handed me. So yeah, I abused your trust. No doubt about that. But you've got your position, I got my judgment. That's how it goes. I still remember how I met you, just a sarcasm back then, and how we became friends. I hope we're still friends, or, like before, war buddies.
Aw, they're best frenemies, basically.
That said, Closure. First and foremost, I'm a rebel. We've always been rebels. Always will be.
Where do you get off? Come on, so damn full of yourself. No, now's not the time to worry about this. Is the comm system still working? All stations.
Grr. If Ascalon and Logos were here, you wouldn't be running around like you own the place. Hey, get out here. I know you're hiding on both sides of the hallway, but this is Rhode Island, and you aren't fooling me. Right, Blaze, this is Rhode Island. It was this very same corridor where I first saw you and other elite operators come home after a triumphant victory.
Guard?
I hesitated. When I first learned about the plan to attack Rhode Island, of course I hesitated. I'm not going to justify it, but I think this is exactly why I have to come back. Both to take responsibility and to bear witness to this plan's execution.
Responsibility, huh?
Right, if I'm here, I can't make excuses. If there's even a single operator who thinks it, then I am indeed a traitor.
So you're with Reunion now? What are you doing back here?
The few survivors who managed to make it out of Ursus drifted out in the borderless Barrenlands. First, we got to Columbia, then Lathanian, then Syracusa, Victoria. All these countries, there were infected trying to get in touch with us. Reunion managed to set a fire, and from the tundra all across the world. But what are we supposed to tell the infected who chose to stand up for our cause because of Tallulah, and to all the infected who chose to stand up against fate because of the Ursus Reunion movement? How do we break it to them that we failed in Chernobog, and that Reunion was yet another pawn tossed away by the great powers once it exhausted its usefulness? There are way too many infected left in the dark, infected who lost friends and loved ones. That's why Reunion needs the truth. They need the leader to answer them.
Do I blame them for doing this? Yes, I do. Like, I know they want the truth, but no, don't break into my Rhode Island. All the damages, plus that surgery. Oof. Surgery is so delicate. An explosion, like if you're doing something, like cutting into someone and then an explosion happens. Whoops, my blade slipped. Oh no, I just punctured their heart. Oh, oopsies. Like, no, that's bad. Like, heck, it's a medical ward. There's probably multiple patients too.
And then we will start all over.
Sarkaz? No, you're no ordinary mercenaries.
Damn straight. I heard that Nutjob W started chumming up with you guys after that. Well, whatever. After the captain died, not all the guerrilla fighters decided to part ways with Reunion. Hand Tallulah over. If Reunion still exists, then she belongs to us.
Plus, whatever happened to Qian saying that she wanted to hold a trial for her sister? I mean, she was talking to Nine earlier, right? According to her Her record? They could have planned a trial. Huh. You think we're gonna talk this over and come to a nice agreement? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Tallulah's got Lungmanite and Rhodes Island blood on her hands. But let's not forget, there's blood on your hands too. The captain's and Yelena's. Don't you think for a second we'll go easy on you? All the damages in the ship. 9. The barriers have been activated. The whole area is sealed off. We just need to deal with the hostiles in here ASAP. Good. Get the team ready for rendezvous and exfiltration. Sure thing. The enemies are fighting back. We don't have enough manpower. We're not fighting for the sake of fighting here. Prioritize the evacuation. In your dreams, you aren't getting away that easily. Don't even think about it. Why can't this ever be easy? Boss, you go on ahead. Right. Be sure to catch up. I'll see you later. Confirm the exfiltration route. Confirmed. No trouble at all. We'll make it out of here without a hitch if we keep to the plan. Good. Contact the team outside. The plan is a go. Roger. Hold it! Stop. You're not leaving. I won't let you through. Tallulah, you should not have left that room. Are these reunion? Are they here to rescue you? I mean, they're not here to rescue, but it looks like it. Like, come on. Communication. You're like, no, they're not here to rescue me. They're here to put me on trial. The leader of Rhodes Island herself. Well, the word rescue isn't very appropriate here. Not that it matters. Now, I do hope you understand. She's coming with us, and she doesn't have a choice. No, she's staying here. Ursus and Lungman both have a right to prosecute Tallulah, and naturally, Rhodes Island has a reason to imprison her. But Tallulah also owes us an explanation, to Reunion, and to the infected. In that case, why not trust Rhodes Island and wait until Tallulah can give you that explanation? That's the same thing Guard said to us. He wanted us to trust you. And Chen, Lungman's Superintendent Chen once said she wanted to create a fair terms by which an infected like her could be judged. But what even counts as fair? Chernobog and Lungman have seen so much sacrifice, so much needless death. Even if she had 1,000 excuses, she's still guilty. Rhodes Island is welcome to forge that future, to wait for it to come, but Reunion, the ones she betrayed, they don't get a say. Answer me, as Rhodes Island's leader. In that case, we can wait together. The shield guards are willing to believe, and so do Rhodes Island's operators, that there will come a day we give everyone an answer. But right now, Reunion is trying to snatch her away from Rhodes Island through violence. How is anyone supposed to trust in Reunion? I don't want the infected to see any more bloodshed. I don't want to fight the Reunion movement again. But why must you? Even if I'm willing to wait, and there are others who are, Reunion cannot wait. What? That's all I have to say. 9. We have to move. We can't waste any more time with her. Whose side am I on? The side that says wait. Or at least communicate better. No! No property damage, and not especially during a surgery day. No, no, no. Like, man, that triggers me the most. So easy for surgeries to go wrong. Let's go, Tallulah. Wait, you can't. That's not for you to decide. Everyone, stop the caddis. The courteous. Watch your arts. Man. You're strong, Rhodes Island infected. There's no way I could stop you alone. Heh. I'll take that as a compliment. That means you're letting me by. No, I was just thinking that at least Yelena gave her life, fighting a true warrior. Aw, too bad. I'm in a hurry though. So you guys are in for a hard time. Crossbowman, stop her. There's more of you? Wait, you? What's that you're holding? The captain's crossbow. You've been taking good care of it. Thank you. But as long as we choose to stand up, it's too early for that crossbow to be sealed away as a mere memento of the dead. All hands, ready. This rabbit, she's so young. How is she this powerful? Out of the way. Heh, I signed up for this ambush ready to sacrifice myself. Come, courteous. I saw your battle at the core city. Honestly, I admire you people. But I won't give in, even if the infected have to die here. It's flowering season. Are those flowers? When did? You take non-lethal shots, even at a time like this. You're a worthy leader, Rhodes Island. But it's about time you got some sleep. No. You can't. Can your arts work a little faster? I mean, how much time is this going to buy us? I feel like Jen probably didn't know exactly about it, or she was warned just when it was gonna happen. Like, how a little while earlier Chen's like, oh, there's a message? I wonder what it could be. A message for me? And then now she's probably like, oh shoot! Like, no, this is not how I wanted the trial to go. Enough. Have all teams moved to our current position. The aircraft will be here. Wait, 9. Dejkrisha says he's got something approaching us, fast on the camera feed. Are there other operators? No, that's not human. Elated roar. Stop that thing. It's after 9 and Tallulah. Relaxedly stretches its limbs. Howls. That's my favorite energy drink. Go, monster, go! Whoa. Just what is that? Roar! Crap, my arts can't. Taunting roar. You. Silence isn't an answer, Reunion. Now, here's my answer. Not that I am given a choice, as you said. 9. We don't have the time. We can't hold that feline and the monster for very long. roars. Ugh, damn it. 30 seconds more. Agitated roars. It's charging you again. 9. Rhodes Island. I'm not going to convince anyone, nor will I force anyone to accept what I think. But it's not over yet. I will wait for that day to come. Whether it's the day she spoke of, or the day you did, I will wait for my so-called judgment. But until then, flames rise from her fingertips, like a great wall built of fury. Brief timid moans. I will live. Amiya, Tallulah. I'm gonna call out for Amiya because she's my bestie. Don't touch her! Over my dead body. Not my bestie Amiya. You step in front of Amiya, shielding her. The suffocatingly high temperature briefly dazes you, though the fire sparks continue to dance in the air, leaving you two unharmed. Relax, I made sure the flames went around her. You still have a long road ahead. I can only hope nothing will cloud your hearts. It's time. 9. We can't wait any longer. I know. Well then, we'll meet again, Rhodes Island. Wait! Is that a low-altitude aircraft? Take that thing down. Howls. It missed? They're gone. A Colombian low-altitude aircraft. They've been waiting for foggy weather. Set Amiya down on the floor, quick. Okay. I hope Amiya's okay. So, that's Kelsey. Guard said that if, including Kelsey, there were just 3 elite operators around, our ambush wouldn't have worked. That's why today was our only chance. How long have you been preparing for this? A long time. So, where are we going? Where it all started. Is Amiya okay? Is Amiya alright? Is she okay? Calm down. She passed out, that's all. It's no mere arts, though. It might be plant toxins. Blaze. Take Amiya to medical. Alright. I can see it on your face. Don't blame yourself. That Sarkaz was no run-of-the-mill fighter. But I still let them get away. If only I had gotten more answers out of Guard. Guard. They came prepared, and we weren't. Hey everybody, how's everything? Amiya. Let's get a damage report and take care of the wounded first. We'll talk about the rest later. That guy played me like a fiddle. This ambush could have been avoided. Damn it! I gave him that thing because I trusted him. Dr. Kelsey. I am listening. This ship, Rhodes Island, might be finding itself under frequent, direct threats, just like we used to. I want to hold an emergency meeting right now. We'll be entering Victoria soon. We don't have many operators at your disposal. I know. Well then, Doctor. I'll have you assist Closure. That look on her face. It's seldom seen. Yeah. Sorry, but I'm also... Yeah, I'll help her. You know, it must be done. I gotta be useful. At least you stood up and shielded Amiya in the end. Thank you. I mean, of course I'm gonna try to protect my bestie.
What's this? Your new cuffs. They track your position in real time, and if you try to use your arts again, you aren't going to enjoy it. Tallulah, you are our prisoner. When did you join Reunion, Lungmanite? Every soul who walks this world is fated to die, let alone the infected, and let alone me. That said, the humiliation the infected have faced and the fury of the enslaved have not been answered for. That's why I can't die for nothing. When this comes to an end, you will die. Then let our brethren tear down the banners of the old era and set all injustice and tyranny ablaze. Then, and only then, scatter their ashes on my grave. But I know, of course, what you and your followers seek first is the truth. I am surprised Reunion's invading Rhodes Island right now. I thought Chen would have been talking to Nine. Like, gosh darn it. It's like you and Chen were cut from the same cloth. You know her. I do. And not just Superintendent Chen. I know Chen Huiche, so I can tell you two are alike. That's for another time, though. Sorry, everyone. I made you worry. Amiya, are you okay? Yeah. I couldn't stop Tallulah. Reunion has been tracking our ship under cover of fog and catastrophe for at least a dozen days, and they had infiltrated our systems long before that. They didn't make their move right away, and instead waited until we were least prepared. We will get Tallulah back. But it's not necessarily a bad thing that Lungman and Ursus no longer have a reason to keep track of the Rhodes Island landship. We're getting closer and closer to Victoria, Amiya. We are. If he managed to take my systems down, then I can trace him too. He couldn't wipe all the records in time. There's gotta be some clues he left behind, like an origin terminal, geolocation info, and how he forged everything. Just watch. I will find them. Sorry, Amiya. I wasn't able to do anything for you, Amiya. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's strange. Dr. Kelsey, Closure, Doctor. I'm getting a weird feeling about this turn of events. What? What a coincidence. I've been getting a weird feeling too. You know, in this case, let's say what? Maybe certain things are fated to happen, and we, sooner or later, have to face them. I think. This isn't the end. We will meet again, Tallulah. Do I see a reunion as an enemy? I mean, not necessarily. More like a frenemy at this point. Like, for most of the story, I thought enemy, then I thought we could be friends, and then now this, no, we're frenemies. Like how Closure and that other hacker guy are frenemies. War buddies. Best frenemies. I found a messenger who can help. It's one of my own. Chen Chen, are you spaced off? No. It's just... I'm getting this weird feeling. Whatever. Is everyone from Yon that sensitive? Got some kind of sixth sense? Exactly. We solve cases with nothing but intuition alone. Wow.
Her chin sense is tingling. Eh? Can you really? Heh. Stop being an idiot. Let's go. It's cold. This cold wind and snow used to be a familiar sight. Yet it all feels so foreign now. The snow breeze carries with it many tiny grains of rock, pricking away at the Draco's face. Ursus's tundras are so much harsher and livelier than what she faintly remembers in her fading memories. It's cold. How long has it been since I last felt such cold? A few months? Half a year? A year? Has it really? Has it really been so long? How do I feel about Tallulah's situation? Well, if I was Tallulah, I'd be like, aw man, karma's coming back to bite me in the ass right now. Whatever. Like I said, why are we still keeping her alive like she did nothing wrong? Nobody wants to see Tallulah hanged more than us. We've been through it all over the years, from our beginnings in the tundras all the way to the end in Chernobog. How do you think we stomach her betrayal? She used to. We don't know the whole story of Chernobog, but it's fishy, and we need a more concrete answer. Why should we even trust her? Leave it to 9. The captain wouldn't want to see infected morale fall to rock bottom either, but 9 is a bit more calm when it comes to this mess. Of course she is. She's a Lungmanite who joined us halfway through. She doesn't know what it means to be a part of Reunion. Watch your mouth. Where do you think our comrades who left for the other countries started their journey? They started from the snowfields beneath your feet, had made their way across the world under the watchful eyes of that disgusting traitor. Do you think hanging her will solve the whole thing? Sorry. I'll cool off. Falls in the snow to cool off. It's the infected workmen from Londinium. They keep looking for help, trying to build relationships with other infected. Victoria, they rose because of you, Tallulah, and that's before we even say, you are Draco. Just as you said, you don't have the right to die as you please. If all Reunion across the world rose up in arms because of you, then either the resistance thus far has been futile, or we will need some new tinder for a fire to crackle loud again. That's why your next destination is Victoria. It's more than that, Tallulah. You still want to stay in Ursus? I'm looking for someone I should have burned to ashes. Who? An evil god who calls himself immortal. Why? To resist him. You know how big this country is, don't you? You have only a few months. It's like a needle in a haystack. That's enough time. I will find him. You've gone quiet again all of a sudden. I remembered something. Here we are. This is it. This place. This used to be Reunion Stronghold. Of course, I only heard about it from the survivors. I have no idea what it was like back then. What about you? Do you remember? The silent warrior stops in her tracks. Amid the vast white blanket brought forth by the Ursus winter, the abandoned stronghold is almost entirely covered in snow, leaving not a trace of its former appearance. Even Tallulah finds this strange. It is as though she can see those scenes unfolding before her. She can immediately tell where the campfire used to be. The walk was difficult, but the team was hardened,
was as hardened as they could have been. The soldiers once gathered here to sing together and warm their ever-starving stomachs with a soup that had only a hint of salt for taste. And now, where the campfire once burned, there stands solemnly a misshapen stone slab. That's a cenotaph. It's like a monument. It was built by the warriors who survived. No matter how the living judge you, no matter what the future holds, you must return here first. You need to question yourself. 9. We've scouted the road ahead. We'll go around the village to the west. We'll rendezvous with some fighters there. We don't have time. Have everyone go on the double. We need to make it back to the stronghold sooner than planned. Okay. Is something the matter? I will never forget what you said to us in Chernobog, Tallulah. And I definitely won't forget what you did in the core city. Everything you did, every decision you made, I will have you answer for them. Don't even think about running away. You heard him. You're not safe here. We'll meet up with you ahead. But you don't have much time. Go. See for yourself the sacrifices you trampled and hold them in your heart. Etch them into your brain forever. Remember them. And the awkward part is, like, Tallulah's not gonna be able to easily explain the situation. It's like, so, my uncle, he put a curse on me that if I felt rage, he will take over my mind. So at first when we were cool, that was when I had complete control. But after my bestie was killed, my uncle took over, and that's why everything went up in flames. Literally. Yeah, that's not gonna be easy to explain at all. That's gonna be awkward. The Draco begins to walk in silence. Her footsteps alone remain on the white snowfields. With each step on the thick snow, the mud below is imprinted with her weight. Tallulah walks tall with her back perfectly straight. Aside from that one winter, when the slowly fading warmth behind her drained her of breath, she has never once slouched her back. The names etched on the crude cenotaph appear to have been scrubbed often. They are starting to fade. Nine's pretty cool with her, since she doesn't really know exactly what happened either. She's more impartial. It feels as though only a brief moment has passed. At the same time, it also feels like an eternity, to the point that the world itself falls still, and that the weight of emotions falling on the mud amidst the snow can only be borne by the land. From afar, the warrior appears as both a solemn statue and a tree growing in the snowstorm. Her roots must dig deep into the earth. Her figure can only expose itself above the snow ever so slightly. Beneath the hidden soil, the massive roots trickling out of the Draco continue to expand and steadily take hold. At this moment, even the silence itself is engulfed by the snowstorm. The warrior raises her head. A snowflake flutters downward onto her cheek, dried up before it can dissolve. The snow ended long ago. In actuality, it's hard to believe that the northern wind granted her this bit of kindness. With the clouds dispersed and the sun shining down brightly. The weather is fine today, a rare occurrence here in the tundra. If I have to choose between 9 and Tallulah to summon, I want to go for 9. I want to see plant powers. Plant powers in action sound fun, especially if she can cause status elements like making the others fall asleep. That'd be great.
It's cold. Looks like I need to get used to this weather all by myself again. Sorry, I can't take too long. I need to go now. There are many to whom I owe an explanation. One day, we will make it through the snowstorm and reach that end we must ultimately reach. But right now, it looks like this place needs a flame to awaken it. I'd better hurry and start a fire. I did not expect that to end with reunion. Especially since over here it's like, oh, there's going to be a vampire prince. And another dude, but the vampire prince, I'm like, yo, that's edgy as heck. I want to meet you. Super edgy sounding dude. And then, bam! Hi, reunion! Like, oh, I can't say it's exactly nice to see you again, but hi! Hi, reunion! The next part is called Shatterpoint. Ah yes, it's the point of everything shattering. Understandable. But wow, Stormwatch. What a chapter. So many rest in pieces. Big oof. Still peeved how I could not bonk Mr. Hamilton. Like, he was the one I wanted to bonk the most as a boss. But no. Ha. Still pretty satisfying. Janie's in here at my Rhodes Island, technically. I want to summon her for reals, though, and feed her a lot of EXP tickets. She will eat well when she eventually comes home. Oh man, I'm glad I could finish it. After the storm over here was over, I got to finally finish the Stormwatch. Perfect. Great ending, right? So yo, tonight's dinner is actually super good, so it's kind of a good thing I'm ending kind of early. Just because of that. If you're wondering what's for dinner, there's dim sum, specifically pork hash, half moon, and then rice cake. I will post pictures later. So now I should go out and warm up some of my food. Hehe. So thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day and epic gacha luck. I'm excited for the next banner. I want to get Dorothy. I'm hoping she's nice and comes home easily. If not, I'll be good and give up after maybe 50 summons? Yeah, maybe 50. I gotta just think about it for a bit. Right now, I want to eat my dim sum, so see you guys later. Bye bye.